Welcome to Hoop of the Song, Season 10, Episode 19, where we watch That Thrifting Show with Laura Spencer, Season 1, Episode 1. There's something haunted over there. I'm Chris Lorenz.
Just by the horns and let us to lose. This is Noah Singer.
Those were quotes from this week's show. Last week, we watched Zach Galifianakis' gardening show, and I didn't put up a poll, so sue me. Tell me what you thought about the show at Hoop of the Sun. Tell us what you thought about this show at Hoop of the Sun. On all the socials, let us know. All right. Before we get to that, though, let's talk about the news. So, a candidate for next week's show, we have this news. Tom Brady's production company launches celebrity trivia-based YouTube show, Chasers.
Chase? It's a weird... I wouldn't expect that name.
Okay. Can you guess what a show called Chasers? Like, what is that show in your head? Pitch it to me. Pitch it. Pitch a show called Chasers.
I mean, there's like two angles. One, it's like drinks and like a chaser, right? Like that angle and something to do with that. Or
Sure.
there's like you have to catch someone, right? It's like physically, like someone gets like a 10-minute head start and you have to like amazing race catch them, you know?
Okay. You should combine the two.
Where like you have to catch them, but you have to keep taking shots or something.
Yeah. Naked. Of course,
yeah,
you have naked.
Sure.
I mean, that's a better idea. Shadowline Production is dubbing this the world's first trading card trivia format. Brady will appear in the premiere episode, which launches May 20th, which is, as of recording this, tomorrow.
Trading card trivia. So it's like trivia about magic. And
No. Trading card trivia format.
What?
I don't know. Let me dig in a little bit on this one. I was just kind of reading the headline that I thought that would be enough, but apparently in each episode, a different celebrity guest attempts to answer trivia questions to identify cards that are in some way related to their lives. Someone with their hometown, a player they share a record with, or maybe just an unknown obsession or skill. Each card starts a new topic or conversation, and correct answers reveals a card to win a guess in the final round.
So it's about yourself. That's unusual. Like,
I don't know.
Yeah, so the producers like have to go understand things about you, and then they'll be like, okay, here's a card, and you have like 21 guesses, and it's like, it's Sammy Sosa because you visited Chicago as a teenager.
But like, why is that entertaining? Why is that entertaining? I just like, this is like the worst version of Guess the Singer fucking garbage. Masked Singer. Like, it's the same fucking shit. It's like, oh, fucking Shaquille O'Neal was in Canada for May 4th. Nope. I'm supposed to care or know that? Like,
yeah, I don't know. I feel like either they're not explaining it well, like they're leaving a lot of details out. Like, I feel like unless Tom Brady's so non-involved, he seems to, if he's involved, like, he has a high bar, right? Like, unless he's involved with so much now, like, maybe he just can't be on top of it all, which would be reasonable. He's doing a lot. doing way too much than he needs to be doing.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. We have to talk about what we're watching next week, but we can talk about that at the end of the show.
We're not going to do Tom Brady's trading card trivia show on YouTube.
We can, although Max has literally told us, "I'm not watching no YouTube shit." Before, so you're really threatening to not have Max on the episode if we pick that.
I got an idea. Download the video from YouTube. And then just put up a website.
We'll have Brian put it on his Plex.
Yeah. I love it. Or I don't know if AI. I mean, this would be expensive, but like have AI watch the video and make like a recreation.
Okay, hold on. Let's get back on track here. Noah, this is a perfect story for two of us to discuss. I think it could be the whole pod. We might just need to stop this, talk about this. So, Reality Blurred. Let's see. Let me get the author's name because I wanna give this guy a shout out. His name is Andy Denard on Reality Blurred.
That's like so close to Andy Bernard. Andy Denard.
It starts with a D. I don't know what to tell you. And the headline is "Fuck Kevin O'Leary and fuck Shark Tank."
Yeah, I mean, Kevin O'Leary has been like putting himself out there to be the like, I don't know what you call it, but like the face to get shitted on. Like,
yeah. But like, I read this article, and we've had this discussion about Shark Tank before, multiple times, I think. But the article is about how he finds it disgusting that this billionaire Kevin O'Leary, is like trying to make a pittance on these people, these poor people on the show or whatever. And I'm just like, dude, I'm glad you came to this resolution now with that Kevin O'Leary is a billionaire, but the show's always been this like shit show of capitalism and some like capitalist dream of society that is just so astronomically stupid. Like, people will go up to the owner of an NBA team, what's his face? Mark Cuban, multiple times while watching that show would be like, you sacrificed your life. You worked 100 hours a week and you shipped this shit in a box to people for money. And I will give you $500,000 for 50%. Isn't that a great deal? And I'm like, fuck you, dude. Why do I need you to give me $500,000 after I've put my blood, sweat, and tears into this? Like, what kind of society is like this that I'm in, where I'm supposed to cheer this on? Like, it can happen, sure. Like, maybe society has decided this is how we're going to do it, but like, I'm not going to cheer it. I'm not going to like enjoy and luxuriate in it like the show loves to do.
Those deals feel sour. I mean, you're even being generous in the $500K for 50%, you know?
Oh, yeah. It's some ridiculous number. Yeah. Usually it's like, I'll give you a $10K for 33% or whatever. But like the ones that really bother me is when they like take over the whole company or take majority, and you're like, dude, this isn't your thing. Like, come on. You're not going to, it's like.
It is rare. It is rare when they're trying to like take majority or do buyouts. I mean, Grant, I haven't watched. Actually, no, I think I forget. Anyway, that is rare, but the sharkier deals, yeah, like it's all entertainment, right? So I think people forget that it is real. But yeah, when you try to like go back to like, oh, wait, what? Like, that's what you're about. Oof. And they're going to take now the profits.
Yeah. So shout outs to that guy. You know my thoughts on Shark Tank. I feel
like
what?
the other guy. I mean, the guy that's like, if you're not aware of it, like he's not woke. Like, good job getting woke to it. But it's also like I don't know how old this guy is who was ranting. But it's yeah, venture capital is it's a bitch. Like, if you don't have the 1% of companies, it's brutal, super brutal.
All right, let's move on. Big Brother sets July premiere date for historic season 28.
Historic.
I know. I was just reading the headline, like, what the hell makes it historic? It will be not only will Big Brother become the first primetime series to hit 1,000 original episodes, but season 28 will also feature the show's highest number of programming hours ever, with the returning spin-off Big Brother Unlocked. So there you go. There you have it.
Yeah, I wonder, because they've been live. I mean, the whole premise is like we're live streaming all the time.
But that's not, they're talking about prime time. Prime time.
I mean, yeah, I wonder what they, because CBS has always used that as their like summer cushion. Like do a few weeks.
Yeah, they don't really do I don't know if they do the live streams anymore. Do they?
I mean, I'm so out of the Big Brother universe.
So according to this, they have a Wednesday 90-minute episode, a Thursday live eviction, and then a 1-hour episode on Sunday. So if you're a Big Brother fan, which I think we've only done Celebrity Big Brother. I don't know if we've ever done a regular Big Brother. Maybe at some point we will. I don't know.
It would be like
it's on the docket.
Like on some of these like major franchises, Survivor, Big Brother, Shark Tank.
Yeah, but how we have to make room for Chasers. Like Chasers is more interesting to me than Big Brother.
Well, I think it'd be interesting to take like the cultural variations, right? Because obviously Big Brother is like the OG in Sweden, Finland, Norway, one of those. It's like where you can watch like the American one, and maybe we watch the Australian one, and like the Moldovan one. You kind of get like all the flavors. Chinese one, the Russian. I'd be interested if there's a Chinese and Russian. I don't know if it's a little too on the nose. Yeah.
All right. So our next story, we have Toronto's 9 Light Entertainment opens unscripted unit with reality series Lights Camera Kitchen, which will go behind the scenes in a working kitchen owned by entrepreneurs and business partners, Natalia and Lisa. Which Lisa, if you could tell me how they spell Lisa, I'll give you $1 million.
Leeza.
Negative $1 million is what I said.
Yes. Yes, I can be a shark. There we go. There we go.
Good luck getting that $1 million out of me.
Man, coming up in this world. Anything else in the news?
Let's see. Anything interesting? Dancing with the Stars spinoff. We talked about that.
News.
Let's see. Kelly Clarkson is returning to The Voice. Not sure we give a fuck. House of Villains is going to Telemundo. Telemundo option. Like we never really do any Telemundo shows. I feel like that could be fun. Think they're any good?
I'm sure they're great.
I feel like you get some spiciness of the Latin area. Like some of our Latin shows, we don't do too many Latin shows.
No, I mean I'm surprised they brought House of Villains instead of Traitors. I feel like Traitors has hit like escape velocity. It seems like people love it. They want more of it. It's like set up as long as there is a pipeline of reality stars, right? Like you're good to go. As far as that's not blown up on Telemundo. Anyway,
All right. I think that's it for the news of this week. Let's talk about our show this week. Noah, what was the show this week?
that Thrifting show with Lara Spencer features two interior design duos who race against the clock with just $2,000 in 2 days to completely transform a single room. Every piece must be thrifted, upcycled, or creatively reimagined, turning secondhand scores into stunning interiors. Big ideas and thrifting prowess prove that great, sustainable design doesn't need a big price tag. 3 superstar judges evaluate who is a better thrifter, who executed the style best. Big picture inventiveness. Winning team takes home all thrifted finds. So just to clarify for everyone, the winning prize is $4,000 worth of things you found around town.
I just want to say that I kind of zoned out there. I don't know if that was the best description or the best reading of the description.
That was a very good reading. There was.
I mean, like, people can chime in. I'm just providing some live feedback on.
There was energy.
I'm not sure I could do any better. I'm just saying I zoned out.
It was long. I will give you that. This is the official though. Like, it's not typical. We have a good official description.
Okay. All right. So this show, they get 2 groups of people, 2 and 2, and they compete trying to design a room for $2,000 a piece. And they're each given.
If someone's listening, just.
I have to re-describe it because yours was so freaking long. Dude. All right, fine. If you didn't get it, rewind it, Google it, whatever. Well, I'm not going over it. We're done.
Send to our audience.
All right. So, yeah. So, on the face of it, this show seemed really interesting to me. Like, you get these 2 people, these compete in like an artsy task to make a cool room. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. But then this show turned into like, wow, wasn't this a great deal show? And I absolutely cannot stand that. It is in reality shows that bring up how much money they saved. I just don't believe you. I don't care. I'm not shopping for this. I like thrifting is like the opposite of how I want to shop. What I want to do is I want to just click the button and it shows up at my door. I don't want to go to the place. I don't want to be like, oh, this is too much. Is it too little? Do I want to agonize over the cost? Do I want to haggle? Do I want to save 50 cents? What am I going to do with the 50 cents? I don't know what to do with the 50 cents, Noah. I don't need to worry about the 50 cents. I'm a white male.
You might want to worry about the 50 cents. Yes.
I'm a white man. You know, I don't like society has propped me up on a pedestal. I don't need to worry about like the 50 cents. I just like want to worry about other stuff. My mental capacity to worry about me saving 50 cents, let alone watching somebody save imaginary $50 on a thing that looks like garbage, like not for me.
Might not be for you, but I think you're talking about 2 different activities. I think there's like buying things, which like that's like an efficient thing to go buy something. Then what they're doing is like I would call a form of like creativity. You know, it's more of like playing a video game, right? Or like doing some other creative thing. It's not about the buying, right? It's about the journey. So there's like
no. See, that's the way you describe that. That is what I thought the show is going to be like. It's like, hey, there's this piece of garbage that we found for $5. I'm going to turn it into something cool.
Yeah.
But in reality, what the show is like, oh, look at that painting. It says, they say it's $400, but I got it for $100. Isn't that a great deal? And I'm like, that's just a difference in like ethics and tone, and not necessarily ethics, but just like a different interest than what I would say is like making an art piece versus saving money. Like you know, like
I think
this is different.
You need a constraint, right? Like I think that's the hard thing. Like you can be like, oh, let's say they had unlimited budget. I don't think that's a good show. Right? And it's like, oh, they got this $10,000 wallpaper that smells like chocolate. No one's gonna,
No, I agree with you. There needs to be constraint, like them being in a junkyard, them like having to go to a specific thrift store, and given you have to pick a thing off the shelf, or like you have to like use one of these things, or like whatever. Like there's certain ways to do this than giving somebody like I don't even care if they give them a budget. I could care less. The thing is, if they found that painting and they're like, cool, let's get that. And they're like, oh, it's $100. All right, let's move on. The problem is the show constantly talks about how much money they saved. Not only do they do it when they first talk about it, like at the end, they bring up, oh yeah, we saved this much money. And then the judges are like, oh, you saved a bunch of money on this. And it's like the show thinks the people watching the show care about how much money they've saved. And I don't. It turns me off. It's a pet peeve. I don't care.
Got it. Like I actually thought this was produced very, very well. I think if you go down the thrifting alley, it is all about the bargain, right? Like the bargain hunting. How you took X and made it Y. And so I think for the show, they got it right. If you don't like that, that is also okay. Right? Which goes to
it's on me. I'm wrong. I know. I'm wrong. It's
not
okay.
for you. I don't make it wrong. If you don't like broccoli and someone gives you a broccoli dish, like you're not going to like it. Doesn't mean the broccoli's bad. Just mean not. It ain't for you.
I agree with you that this show is super well produced. The challenge is done really well. The people on the show are interesting. Like I feel like this show might be one of the most disappointing shows of all time, because I think it checks off 15 boxes, but it's sucked into a black hole of this deal thing that is such a deal breaker for me that I wanted to turn the show off.
Sounds like a rom-com where you're at we're an hour into the movie. And it's like the guy checks all the boxes off, but it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah,
and,
for sure,
100%.
There's that one thing, that he didn't get.
And I just keep thinking about Johnny from back home. He might not have all the boxes, but he knows me.
I just by the end, when they're just bringing up that they saved $400 again, I'm just like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. And then they pick who they pick wins, which I was you picked that garbage? Hey, both of these rooms are garbage. They're both terrible rooms.
Whoa.
They're both bad.
No,
Forget it. They're both bad.
You crazy. The winner.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
These people they are incredible.
Okay. All right. Let's start with this. We got, who are the people on this show?
Duncan and Adrian. You going with the girls? Or?
Charlotte and Sam. One is a carpenter and one is a content creator.
So
I don't know.
Sam is the carpenter, and Charlotte is a content creator. That said, Sam's got 300,000 followers on the Instas. Charlotte has 200. So I mean, carpenter or creator, if you got more of the followers.
Potato, really.
Yeah.
It's like, do you sell the result of the video? Like, do you make something for your videos and sell it? Then you can be a carpenter. Like, if you make stuff with wood. But if you like make stuff and like burn it at the end, like then you're a content creator because you didn't like that. All you sold is the content, right?
I mean, yeah, 300,000 followers for a carpentry Instagram, like you are cooking. Like that's a very healthy follower count, and like something that's not like super niche, but like she's doing all right. She's definitely doing all right. She's based on Long Island. Look at that.
Let's see. We're talking. I asked AI to tell me about these people. And they like make up some like witticisms. Charlotte and Sam acted as the stylistic counterparts to Duncan and Adrian, leaning heavily into maximalist visual textures rather than solid blocks of bright color. And I'm like, and I'm reading that as like a girly voice, but like reading that out loud is like, how are they solid blocks of visual? Like these are people. Like I understand that. I think the AI got confused between the people versus the challenge.
Now, these people are fairly impressive. So, Sam from Long Island, shout out, she got a PhD in psychology. Like, and then she had some kind of normal 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. And then she basically said, I'm going to go follow this. And made it work. Like, quite impressive. Very much kudos to Sam. Crushing it.
Yeah, I mean, again, I like these people. I liked what they would. I liked watching them. I am amazed at how much I liked the show and how much I hated it at the same time.
Oh, no, baby. I'm just talking about the people. It's not even like in a show. And then Charlotte, yeah, very impressive. She has 5 kids. 5 kids. Between who knows how active her website is, 14 and 8. Like, even if they're older, 5 kids in 6 years. That's a treadmill.
And you're a content creator? You're insane. How do you do any content with 2 kids under 3 and pregnant?
Yeah, she is very strong.
They have to be rich. There's no way you could do that unless you could hand those kids off to people.
I mean, see, right? Yeah. It's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, there's no way. You have some nanny service, dude. That's like so many kids. All right. Let's talk about the other two. We got Duncan and Adrian. And I got who are they? Tell me about them.
So we got Duncan Smith. He goes by Trash Boy NYC. A lot of bad handle. And again, these are all Instagrams, assuming Instagrams.
Yeah.
He's got more followers than Sam and Charlotte. He's at 360. 360,000. So again, very healthy. And he's like probably the most crafty. I said them, he goes over, like he'll find I'm looking on his blog. He found old cassette tapes and he made like a lamp out of it, using the cassette as an exterior and then putting like a light bulb in it. So you get this nice like luminescence from the cassette. Like, super cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So like the show I want to see is I just want to watch that guy like compete against some other guy doing like finding garbage, give them the same garbage and see what they come out with or something like that.
Yeah, he's very creative. And then he partners with Adrian. Adrian Vasquez. I was not expecting this. He has more followers than all 3 of them combined.
Oh, wow.
He's coming up on 1 million followers, 998. Like, I would have not expected that. Based on the show, I would have thought one of the women had the most followers. He downplayed that a lot.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't tell you. I wasn't paying attention to know who had the most followers. But I do find it interesting that like I feel like most reality shows, the people on them, like they don't already have a following. Like they're trying to get a following. It's interesting that they've chosen 4 of these people that they have followings, like a decent following. I guess some people can live off of. Like,
Oh yeah.
so like it's interesting. Like Freeform, which I think this is the first Freeform show or something. I don't know what Freeform is.
I think it's ABC Family. Became Freeform. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna go check, but nearly positive.
Okay, all right.
I was looking up like what is Freeform supposed to be? Yeah, so it was ABC Family. The way they describe Freeform, they want it to be very interwoven with like social media, like, and so it's kind of their thing. Like this should have some kind of connection with the second screen.
I mean, in that vein, a lot of segments of this show just showed like a vertical video on like a fake phone on the screen. And like sometimes it was like you zoomed in a little bit and the phone was bigger, but square, like you could only see part of the phone. I was mystified at how they were doing all this garbage.
Yeah,
like, why?
Cheap.
I was like,
I mean, it's fine.
Like, I would understand if like what I don't get is why there isn't a freeform app where you maybe there is. Maybe there's a freeform app that you could go and watch all these clips on.
Probably is. So I gotta read this. That's funny. There's a standard iPhone app called Freeform, some kind of drawing bullshit. But anyway, about Freeform. This is their one sentence description of Freeform. Freeform connects to audiences with bold original programming and immersive social engagement that moves the culture conversation a little forward. Not another. A little forward. That's their pitch. That's
what I want to see out of these like streaming services. I want them to get more into this vertical video feeds. I feel like I would love to be able to open up Netflix and watch a stand-up vertical feed. Just like show me a guy. If he's good, I could click the button and it watches the whole thing. Like,
you don't know, they're active. Like, I don't know if they've launched it or is announced or testing it. Or like,
yeah, I know. This made me start thinking about it. Was like, oh, I would love to check out a Netflix vertical feed. So I launched the app and it's not there. And I'm like, oh. So I'm like, oh, I feel like that would be a good idea because I started watching.
Just take Netflix library, chop it up into 30-second to 5-minute clips.
Yeah, I want that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm watching Funny. We watched Funny AF a couple weeks ago or whatever.
Yeah.
And that show I'm really enjoying because I can watch a little at a time because it's just like I'm watching a stand up and I'm moving on. And I'm like, well, I like some of these guys. I'd like to keep following them. And if like it was just built into Netflix where I just watch this guy and then I could, that it all bakes into each other, right? And I'm like, other shows could do that too. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
The real issue is
depends on the show, right? Like how much.
I know, yeah, it depends on the show for sure.
Yeah. But even like for drama, like it is definitely fun watching some well edited B-roll for dramas and like the behind the scenes. Like those are fun, and I think that's relatively cheap content.
But I think it's a little short sighted. So like the way I thinking about it right now is like this show, right? Like we see a bunch of vertical content, right?
Yeah.
But like you can shoot this episode of TV and then have like another crew at the same time shooting a bunch of short form style content that is like either behind the scenes or even separate, but like related to the show. Like watch how we did this in this show. And it's like a good 30-second clip, whether you watch the show or not. So like, I think that it would be better, especially in a reality market, it makes more sense to like, you could do both. Like you could have like, here's a 30-second version of this. And then if you want to see like these people in a longer format, go watch this, right? I don't know.
No, I like. It is surprising there's not more done of it. I would say, because even in this show, right, there are 16 hours of competition time. We didn't even touch on it, but it's like 2 days, 8 hours each day. There's some of the like if you deep dive into so one of the things the guys make is a picture that has table legs on it, and so it can like fall down off the wall. Like seeing how he makes that, that's kind of interesting. You know, walking through their paint pattern they showed the line work, whatever. Like that's kind of cool. Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's the tape left on the floor. You know, the film on the floor should be
Well, I
salvaged.
think the main problem is that TikTok and YouTube are not in the business of making content. They're in the business of extorting people to make content that people want to watch and pay them nothing. So they're like not so like even if you were freeform and you were like, this is a great idea and we could like make this and like we could put it out there. But like there's no incentive for YouTube or TikTok to be like, okay, I'm going to show these clips to more people and like build them up the charts other than other people are watching them. But it's a big gamble. I'm just saying, like, okay, we'll say that it's a big gamble. Like you're making all this content, it costs you whatever 2x the show to put all these short form things out. Just hold on. Versus if you're Netflix and you own the vertical feed and it doesn't cost you anything extra, there's no guessing around what people are gonna like. You're not competing with free stuff. You're competing against other Netflix stuff. So like the equation changes in terms of like who's paying for what. Who's paying for the short form content on YouTube and TikTok when no one watches it?
I don't agree. I think it's a very different part of the value chain you're trying to take advantage of. Like so for Netflix, right? They need to drive people into the app. If there's no one in the app, and they have to do that, that costs a lot of money to get people to open the app. Now, for YouTube and TikTok, there's a lot of people opening the app, so you don't got to drive that. You just got to figure out how to break through the.
No. Right? This is what I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying is Netflix and Freeform and all those people need to own their own app so that they become the place that people open their app to go to. Right? Like, and that's the value add you would do by filming the show in both forms.
I think
if you're Netflix,
well, it depends on the purpose of it, right? So for Netflix, is this a reason that someone's going to keep their subscription? I think there's actually they have a lot of work to do there, right? Where like that is the reason why you're not going to cancel, or that is the reason why you're going to upgrade. Versus making this content to put on YouTube and TikTok, it's more of a form of advertising, right? It's more for of like get them interested in the show than to watch more, so then they can sell ads, right? Like,
see, I just argue that you are like so sucked into this advo shit world that you can't see the fact that like YouTube and like TikTok are just siphoning the content that you're making and then calling it and putting advertising around it and being like, oh, because there's people there, you know, yeah, you pay us for it. It's fine. But I'm just saying, like, Netflix should see like this content more as like content for Netflix to keep on Netflix for people to come to Netflix and watch. And you are saying no, it should be advertising and should be made free and have to compete with all this free garbage out there. Instead of Netflix making its own queue for you to go and look at better content that they make.
Well, Netflix gets to take advantage of their spoils, right? They're one of the few companies that have enough people going to their app where they could say, look, in addition to like advertising content, we can do a value add in our app, and there's enough people that do it for us to deal with it. There's just very few companies that are going to have that type of audience where the math is going to work out, right? Like, there's only so many people. Like, there's not a free format. You have to go to Hulu. Now that's because they're part of Disney, but like even Hulu is not going to be an app. So you install the Disney app. You know, like imagine trying to get something like that Disney app. There's Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN all in one app. Even if it's just still Disney content, which freeform, it is like so competitive. That's even going to be its even whole thing, and that's like your Netflix series on steroids, right? What are we going to show and whatnot? Different problems.
All right. So the first challenge on this show is they're given like 4 things, and they have to put like which item that thing is, like what year it was from or what era it's from. So they were given like a camera, some sort of bowl, a candlestick, and something else, and they had to put it in the year, and the one that did it the best got to pick their theme. One of the pick first for their theme, whatever, doesn't matter. So this was an interesting challenge. This is what I was like digging the show at this point. I was like, okay, this is a good idea. I like this.
Yeah.
The fact that there was only one correct answer out of 8 possible correct answers was pretty funny to me.
Definitely a hard start. Like, you're like, ooh, are these people legit? And then you find out they are, but definitely unexpected.
But here we go. So here are the 2 different themes they have. Saturated color or pattern drench. So it seems to me that this was like a really, I feel like lopsided challenge. Like picking a thing where you can just literally paint the color over anything you find versus like a pattern, like where it's like the pattern idea is like kind of like a retro, like carpet, like, silly couch kind of situation. At least that's what it was themed to me as. And it's like they literally just went ahead and painted patterns on things, which I would argue isn't the idea behind this like theme. And I think that comes down to challenge design about this overall. But I do think the girls that had to do the pattern thing took it well, and it was portrayed well, and like there was no like me bringing this up. I can see in your head, Noah, and everyone else that's listening, you didn't even think about it. You didn't think that this was a lopsided challenge.
No, what do you mean? It was very lopsided challenge. It's the color saturated and pattern drench. I keep getting the adjective. Like no, pattern drenching is much harder. Much harder.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, no, I thought that
maybe it's just my naivete of the subject, not knowing that is actually much harder. Like I had no idea.
I mean, I'm definitely no expert claiming it, but from my armchair, I was like, oh man, pattern drenching seems much harder. Like maybe it's not, but I assumed it was. Yeah, like it wasn't a good choice. It was like, wow, this is really going to make the women's challenge much harder to complete.
Yeah, and I argue that they did a pattern, but it wasn't like the idea of like the pictures they showed us of pattern drenching.
That's the issue.
It was not the same.
Yeah, like so they showed these rooms where imagine like every surface, like the wall, the floor, the upholstery is like basically as like busy of a wallpaper design you could think of. And that's like the pattern, every piece in wall in that room. And so it's like this overwhelming eye experience. It's like, whoa, that's going to be hard to do. And their final product, while very clever, does not feel like that at all. And so it feels short. It feels.
it fell short. But spoiler alert, they win, which it was very shocking. Very shocking. So the challenge is they get a budget of $2,000 each, and they have 2 days to go out and thrift and find these things. They go to an estate sale. They go to like specific consignment stores. What other stuff did they go? They went in dumpsters.
That's it.
There's a lot of vertical videos.
And Facebook Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace. Did not go to Craigslist though. Very disappointed.
That we know of. Did not go to Craigslist, but there was a storyline to show via Marketplace, so they made a big deal about Facebook.
Yeah. This is also a question I had with the show as I was watching it, which I also think unchecks like 10 boxes probably. Is like, how real is this? Like, how real is this? Like, oh, they weren't home. He's picking up a Murphy bed, and like they weren't home, and they just like went around back, and like just like, yeah, this is like, okay, they didn't want to be on camera, so you made up this silly story, but it's like,
I don't know. Like, I there was a tinge of that, but when they actually showed where the Murphy bed was, like, that's a pretty dick move to be like, oh yeah, it was standing up very nicely in my house, and I'm gonna go throw it, literally throw it in the cement driveway.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pretty mean.
I don't know.
I think it was real. Like, it seems like they're really shooting like a 2-day production here. You know, like, I'm gonna go as real. I think it is. Yeah.
I mean, it's probably, I'm just saying, if you showed up at this dude's house and it was like, you got the Murphy bed, great. But I don't want to be on camera. What the fuck are you gonna do? Like, one of the options is to be like, okay, well, we'll just say you weren't here and just let us go around back and get it with the camera.
Where the guy's face, or just literally say, like, the owner didn't want to be on TV, and so they went to go get it. Like,
good point. Valid points. All valid points.
Yeah. So to paint this out a little better. So basically, they find his Murphy bed on Facebook Marketplace. They get, again, to Chris's demise, a very good deal on it. So they got to go get it. It's all the deal. And
just like every single segment, just like you need to make a good deal.
And so the Facebook Marketplace picture shows the Murphy bed up against the wall, and it looks clean and good condition. Like, just got to move it. Like, it's like a big shelf. And then they're like, okay, the owner says he's not home, but you can go get it. And it's like, that's weird. And then they say more, well, actually, this guy is like a carport garage type thing, and the Murphy bed is in there. It's like, okay. Then they go to get it. It's under a tarp, which is trying to keep it clean, but like, what's going to be under the tarp? Then they show the Murphy bed, and it's like dented, like the panels pushed in. It's like, oof, rough show. But they're crafty, and they made it good.
They fixed it. They glued the shit back together.
Impressive, very, very impressive.
See, this is the problem I have with this show. Is all the things I mentioned is about them going out and getting a deal. But I would rather see like, oh, this is like a cool thing, and let me turn it into like a shitty thing and turn it into a cool thing. And they just like none of that.
They're not as much for sure. I mean, they definitely did some turn into cool things for sure, but not as, I think, next level. You're thinking.
Let's see what else happened in this show. They went to an estate sale, and they said something that I've never heard before, and I'm curious your thoughts on it. They said maybe we can get a buck. I hope we can bucket and bundle.
Yeah.
Have you heard of this thing before?
I don't know if I've heard of it. but I understand what it means immediately. If that
I
makes
did
sense.
not. Christine, I asked like, what does that mean? I was like, I had to rewind it because I was like, wait, what? What did you just say? Like, I didn't know. I had to rewind it. And then I was like, what? Bucket and bundle? Like, in my mind, I'm just picturing a water bucket and a bundle and not like, I understand like a bucket you put things in. I understand it once,
What's
like
a bundle?
if I could sit with it for a minute, but
So what would a bundle be in that? So if you're, so it's like a physical bucket and a bundle. What is this bundle?
maybe that's my problem is like, what is the bundle in this situation?
This is your brain's doing. You got to
No. Like, I hope we can bucket and bundle. So I understand bucket, but you could bucket things together into one, right?
Yeah.
I get that. And I guess bundle as in like saving a bundle. Is that?
I mean, I don't know if it's like correct in both words, but what I take for bucket and bundle, right? And obviously what they mean is buy more, save more, right? So hey,
Well, in context,
let's go.
in context, this works. Like
Yeah.
in the context of I'm at a thrift store, but even you got it as I'm bringing it up. But when I watched the first time, I had to hear it again. Like I didn't understand.
Yeah, in context, it made a lot of sense to me. Out of context, no, I have no clue. I have zero clue. Someone's like, "Oh, did you get any bucket bundles this weekend?" I'd be like, no idea.
All right, we're running long here, but
We had a lot of news. There's a lot of news.
we talked. The news was 15 minutes. We spent like 20 minutes on just tangents.
I mean, this is the format we're testing it out, but maybe people want the news. That's okay.
They have after they do this 50 minutes into the episode or whatever, they do a final touch face off where the host, which we got to talk about this host in a second here. It's her show. And they have to guess what a piece cost. And the host and everyone was made it seem like it was an expensive chess set. And then the real cost was $7.99. What? Wow. Oh my God.
$7.
I thought it was like, I thought we were on The Price is Right, but we were really on Dollar Store.
It's about thrifting. Thrifting. Big part of thrifting some money. Well, it's not for you, but it is on.
I'm not a thrifter. I just.
No. I know.
Laura Spencer is the host of the show. She is the co-anchor on ABC's Good Morning America.
Is she? Oh.
Well, according to AI, which I'm assuming is true.
Co-anchor.
She is she's a Long Island garage sale mom. She's written 2 New York Times bestselling books, I Break for Yard Sales and Flea Market Fabulous.
Maybe she's so well fit for this.
And shout out to alma mater Penn State. She also went to Penn State University.
Wow, she's a happy Valiant.
Yeah, she's a happy Valley.
Yeah, I gotta say she is very well for this show. Well,
yeah, I mean you couldn't get a better host.
No, she's married to a tech entrepreneur, Richard McVeigh.
And then we have the judges. So the judges come in to judge these rooms, and they give a criteria, which I'm not sure these are talked about at all after they say this is the criteria. Like no one brings up the criteria. No one grades a criteria. So they said the best thrift shoppers, and then who executed their style best, and then big picture.
Yep.
What does any of that mean? No idea.
I mean, no. Best thrifter, so the best deals. Execute the style. The big picture, they lost me on that one too. The big picture just seems like the cop out. If like they want to just say fuck it,
But like
like
best thrifter could be like a deterministic thing. Like, okay, you spent $1,500 out of your $2,000, or you saved $1 million and you only spent $2,000. Like you could make that deterministic.
could they're not. These are taskmaster points.
Okay, all right.
Whose line is it in like point system?
So then we've got Preston Conrad. He's a lifestyle expert, former style director for American Eagle and Ralph Lauren, and a celebrity designer.
Yep, he seemed the judges seem legit. I don't have any issue with them.
I'm not shitting on them. I'm just curious to you that I feel like I would think this show would be better if somebody literally just said that sentence to me while the show was on. Like, who are these people? I don't know who the hell they are. But if somebody said, oh, he's the former style director for American Eagle and Ralph Lauren. Oh, okay. Now I know, like, it gives me an idea of who you are.
I hate to break it to you.
Is that wrong?
No, they did that on the show.
Did they?
Exactly what you are saying. If only they did this. You're in love, Chris.
Did I watch the show? I didn't watch the show. You caught me. I didn't watch it. I did my homework.
They have listened to you. You are a powerful voice.
All right. Well, then we got Robert Hartwell, an interior designer, founder of Strength on Madison, and Broadway veteran who hosted Breaking New Ground on OWN. I don't know what the Oprah Network.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we got Danny Cleric, a massive TikTok, Instagram interior designer known for colorful, whimsical, and highly electric dopamine decor style.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of any of these people before the show?
No. But I will say Danny, 1.4 million followers, so she can make that claim. I think you're above a million. Honestly, you're above
How many of those are bots?
Let's check. Hold on. It's hard to tell. Like, so she doesn't have consistent engagement. But it looks like every 5 posts she'll get like 30,000-40,000 likes. Then she'll have some that have like 5,000. So it's looking okay it's okay. I don't know what the right ratios are, but definitely not 100,000 plus likes, which probably you want to be seeing, right? With a 1.4 million, something like that. Guessing, I don't know.
All right, so let's talk about the girls' room. So they had to do a pattern, right? So what they did was they painted their room blue, like I would say like a normal blue color, and then they were like, let's put on a darker blue and make it a pattern. So they like brushed on a pattern. And like it looked fine, but personally, the room was way too dark. Like I wouldn't want this room. I'd feel
it was incredible that they were able to make a pattern like that. It looked like, regardless of your taste or not, like the execution of that, amazing. Like it looks way more gooder than I would ever think.
Okay. How much would you pay me to recreate this pattern in your house?
I don't know if I would.
You don't think I could do it?
You're not submitting.
You think I could do it? How much you gonna bet I could do it? Bet that I could come into your house and turn one of the rooms into this shitty fucking pattern in one of your house, in one of your rooms.
I don't think. Not like this. No.
You don't think I could do it?
No.
How much
No.
money you want to put down on the line so I can do it? I could do
I'm up $1 million, so I'll go 5,000. You can take that.
it.
You can take that little bit.
Is this $5,000 in garbage thrifted shit?
Yeah, I mean that's what you go spend it on for sure.
Yeah.
No, she talked about it briefly. Like there was two things. Like one was the right brush she chose for it, and then also like she said she watered the paint somehow, and that's why I don't think you'd be able to do it. There was something that she just kind of briefly spoke to. That's like, oh, only if you're an expert in this are you able to go through that learning that fast and get that and get that.
You could. Well, I never said I'd do it in a day, but B, I also think they're overhyping. Like they took a brush and brushed, and I feel like it's key to get the right. You do the same stroke, almost the same stroke every time, and then the level I think helps as well, so you can keep it at the same.
The levels definitely help, but I also like how you're like, well, I don't got to do it in one day. So over your lifetime, it's like you might get this right.
Yeah. Obviously, it's not a one and done situation here. I need to.
Yeah, so she did
There's
this.
Got to be enough money for me to actually care to do it too. Like it's.
Yeah. Yeah. So do I think you can do this in your lifetime? Sure. Within the constraints she had, no way. No way. In any reasonable.
Let's see. Let's talk about the room a bit. My notes are terrible. Where are we? Big Blue Pattern. They had that giant painting they got a super good deal on, which didn't fit their pattern. Like I love the painting. I thought the painting was great. It just didn't fit. Like it wasn't a pattern. It was just splotches of colors, which is not a pattern. And they should never have bought it. And they should never have won. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, so a pattern is interpretive, but it was splashy.
No.
How is that? No.
Tell me the definition of pattern that this painting fits. Show me. Bring up Webster's right now in your browser. Read to me the pattern definition you want to apply this to.
I have no idea. Is it the pattern?
Right. You're wrong.
No, but it created contrast, is what I would say.
But that's not a pattern. The design was pattern. This is a fucking garbage hole and a garbage show, and it should be burned to the ground.
Man, I'll take it.
I just, you set up this garbage challenge, and you let if they didn't win, okay, but you let them win.
The winning was the winning. I still get. I think the guys. I like it. They didn't like the guys' choices of colors as much. I get it. I don't think the guys sold it as well, which was their issue because they got to sell the picture. But I don't know. I am more in awe of these people's skills.
I wrote down juvenile. Like this seems like a teenage boys' room, or like even like a boys' room, like a 10-year-old boy. Like your parents painted this room blue because you love blue, and now it's too dark and you can't read, and like how are you supposed to do homework in this dark ass room? And like nothing about this room is special. There was nothing in it except for this stupid painting that didn't fit the theme. It was a bad room.
Well, the one thing I didn't like was the bed. The bed just seemed very uncomfortable, which I would have gave demerits for.
I think Christina said it looked like the Blue's Clues house.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
All right. So then we go to the boys' room. They painted it orange, which maybe it was the boys' challenge to lose, I guess. Because like who orange? What orange? No, orange
Well,
is
they have
not a color you want to see.
color saturated. It is bold. That's where it goes into the sales pitch of it. I think they didn't hold on to their like story as well. Like it kind of slipped out of their hands because that started to feel juvenile on some of the ways they finished it off. And I think it was just like they lost the plot.
Well, this room, I think objectively is bad. Like in terms of they've got the Murphy bed, right? Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Murphy bed's a good idea. Like in terms of, gives you more space. But I feel like in a Murphy bed is inherently annoying to me is like there's phases of your room. So there's like, okay, when the Murphy bed is up, you have to move furniture around for that space to be usable again. Or it's just like an empty space that's usable to do yoga, but it's not like usable like I don't know. You generally you'd have to move something in there. That's all I'm saying. I know that's inherently good or bad, but then when the bed is down, it becomes more of like a mess because that furniture that's in the way is now I don't know. Which this room specifically, they have a giant like I don't know TV stand. I would call it the wooden TV stand that is like on one side of the bed and then the other side of the bed I don't even remember some other garbage and like so there's nothing in the middle of this room. They were just standing there and I was like there's so much wasted space. You've got this end table thing with nothing on it and nowhere to sit. Oh, there was a couch. It was the red couch that
The couch is comfortable. That was comfortable.
which I feel like the couch is what really lost them. Like they hated this red orange contrast. They hated it. I think they literally lost the challenge because of this couch.
Like the couch, they didn't get the judges in enough of like the couch was just comfortable, and it was all one color, and it was like a maroon kind of red, get darker.
But here's the thing:
but
is okay. So you found this red couch. Make the room fit the red couch because that's the only thing you have that you can't change the color of.
They needed the pop. They needed a pop. There's no pop on the couch.
But I also argue that you got this couch, and between the couch and your end table is a queen size bed length of space. That's nothing. And nothing else in the room. This is objectively the worst room I've ever seen. Like it's terrible. Might as well cave the bed down. And you can put shit on the bed.
Well, I wonder like how people. I never lived with a Murphy bed. Like I wonder what people do. Like because I'm trying to think of that. Right. Like that's just how a Murphy bed works, and it's made like.
So I've been in a place with a Murphy bed. My in-laws' place or whatever has a Murphy bed, and they have it's just like their dining room area. And in the dining room area, there's a table and chairs and stuff, and then there's like a dresser drawer thing. But inside the dresser drawer is a bed. So if you ever wanted to like use the bed, you'd have to move the table out of the way, right? Like the whole point is you're saving space, and that space should be used and not just like emptiness.
In a small room. Like I think in a bigger room it's different. Right? Like I'm thinking of the space.
But then why do you need a Murphy bed in the first place if you have a big room?
I mean, I have a Murphy bed, but it's not against the wall. It's like you can move it around for all the people.
That's a Murphy bed?
Yeah. Pretty nuts, right? And so it's like so for folks watching at home, it's like looks like a closet. Like I don't know, a credenza. I don't know what you would call it.
They all look like closets.
But the reason why I chose that, right, is anything else is either like 10 times more the price, which obviously is a deterrent, but also keeping like a mattress somewhere is really hard. Like mattresses are big and
I'd argue that what you have there is more like your other options would be in your other room, or like you would store like an air mattress or a cot
Yeah.
or something of that manner. Like we're talking a studio apartment where like the point of the Murphy bed is so that you have more room. Like so that whereas like we're not talking about your weird Murphy bed. Like you could have a couch that turns into a bed, which would be, I think, better than a Murphy bed in general.
I agree with the couch that turns into it, but I think that's probably ideal. But even on something like a studio apartment, and the way they position it is like it's like a place you work from home, so it's a remote worker, right? And so you put up the bed. Now the small desk, like you can push it out a little bit. You're not looking into the corner. Like that doesn't seem crazy that you move that chair and desk out a little bit, and then like okay, good to go. And then you have like some space to, swivel.
Yeah, but then that chair and desk are like right next to your bed. Like
it's that's right. But that
so
a little chair and a little desk to move that doesn't seem too cumbersome. Doesn't seem.
All right. I think we're in the weeds now. Drinking rules. Should we come up with drinking rules for this show?
Every time Tom Brady says "chaser," take a.
Anytime somebody makes a deal, just start chugging. Just chug. Be happy for them. Just stand up and cheer.
Every time you think the show is shot in New Jersey, take a small drink. It is not.
Oh yeah, I do have that.
Yeah. They all had license plates in New Jersey, but they're trying to get you.
Interesting. Production tip.
Yeah, actually, I mean, they gave it away. They weren't trying to be that coy. I guess they had all rental cars, or it's where the production is. The production studio is in New Jersey. It took place in Connecticut, a very rich area of Connecticut, which I think is really key to this show. You have to have this show in a very wealthy area because the thrift shops got to put out. You're not going to some podunk area and getting good stuff at the thrift shop. You got to go to the like cream of the crop area.
Again, it's the point. It's like the point of the show, right? What's the point? Is the point to get a deal? Well, maybe you should go to the shitty part of town and like, I don't know, make some crazy deals. I don't know. Like
that's like not as nice. Like the thrift shops in expensive areas, like people, it's like, oh yeah, I just wanted to change the color of my house. And so it's all nice stuff, and then they're putting it there. We're like,
I don't know. But like, I would argue that if the point was to take garbage and turn it into something great, you go to the shittier thrift shops that have shittier things in them, so the transformation is more impressive, right? But if you want to find something that was originally expensive that you got for super cheap, then yes, you want to go to the nice neighborhoods because that's where you'll find a painting that has a rip in it that was $1 million that they're selling for like $100 because it's worthless now. And you've got this amazing deal.
Different show, but yeah. I mean, we should start our competitor show, on expensive note.
All right, so one thing here that we just really one thing here though before we get to ratings, the series is executive produced by Laura Spencer herself, and she's also the mastermind creator behind Flea Market Flip and Everything But the House.
Yep.
So I don't think we've done either of those shows.
No, I
don't. The other thing, I guess, that I thought was weird is that they had to make these studio rooms, but it was like literally in like a sound stage. They like built rooms.
Yeah, I didn't touch on that. that made a lot of sense to me in terms of like production costs, but it definitely took some away. Where like, imagine they did this in like a real place, and then there's like some college kid on scholarship, and like, we got this for you. That's super cool. Missed opportunity, but obviously a lot more expensive.
I would be upset because both these rooms are garbage. Because they're like, I think they do it this way because you couldn't tell how garbage these rooms were because it wasn't a real room. It was just some facade of a room of deals.
But also they lose their prize.
We didn't talk about that either. We didn't talk about how shitty this show is. Like they must be just paying. They must be just paying them because there's no way anyone's going on this show to win this literal garbage. It's literally garbage. No one wants this stuff.
Yeah, the prize. I mean, it's just so. That's so.
Although they did seem excited for that shitty TV stand thing.
The credenza is very nice.
I mean, sorry, yeah, it was nice, but they painted all over it, so it's like,
No, they didn't. I think they might have touched up a little bit, but the credenza they kind of kept together. Yeah, that was a nice piece. There were some like odds and ends that are kind of nice.
Well, I would argue that it's cheaper on the production because they don't have to throw anything away. So it's like literally like, hey, take this shit. It's yours. You want it. Get it out of here by the end of the day. And if you don't, I'm going to charge you for it.
Like, yeah. Hey, your problem. You can pay something out for it.
Yeah, it's like
that's amazing.
It's an anti-price. It's like you got to take this shit.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I wish there was an angle there. We did it, and now college kids come and take it. I don't know, something where they can put their designs to better use. But yeah, the prize of this is definitely, it's not about the out. It's about the journey. It's about the journey. That is definitely the show.
We're so long. The last thing we have to talk about is this stupid painting that turns into a table. So like they have this crazy idea, which I think this is like on a show where they remake a room. This is the stuff that like that gets added that like is like, oh, that's so cool. Like remember Pimp My Ride? They put a hot tub in the back, and like as soon as you move that hot tub, water just like is everywhere. And it's like, okay,
that's a good analogy. The Pimp My Ride, like weird. That's a good one. That makes sense.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay, so you envision like these people, like, okay, these two pieces of wood that you glued on here is going to hold shit people put on this table. And then you're assuming that no one's going to put gum under the table or no one's going to spill water on this table and like not going to ruin this painting that you like can't have. Like, it's just like, it's one of those things is like, oh, like that's a neat idea. And then you just like don't think about the real consequences of this thing. And I hate it.
It was the idea is fun, but it reminds me of I can't think of the name for it, but it's like the like magical kids room. You wake up in the morning, you put your hands up, a shirt comes on you, and that like kicks off an automation where the toaster goes to the toaster. Like it has to get the feel of that, which you know how the legs come down, like that's not gonna last.
But like it was also a giant waste of time for them because like it's a show about design. It's not a show about like trickery and like showing like your like your innovative, like how like there is some innovation stuff, but it's more about how does it innovate in the space and how does it glue in with everything. It's not like the problem was that they tried to set up this as a set piece and the couch ended up being the set piece really. Well, the couch was garbage.
The couch was I don't think this is way off because again, it's their big picture inventiveness they're being judged on. And so
was it? Do you have the scorecard?
Yeah, you gotta have the scorecard. I don't know if it was that off. And again, like they're the first epi, so you know Shots in the dark.
Yeah, they have the most followers.
I give them credit.
They're the most followers. Obviously, they're going to be the first episode. The next episode is going to be a grandma with like 5 followers.
Man, going downhill.
They blew their budget on this episode, I imagine.
$5,000.
Like the next episode is going to be like a homeless guy that like really needs the furniture. Like I'm really here to win this 3-bedroom home suite that I thrifted. I only spent $100 on this stuff and $1,900 on crack.
Good show. This is why you get expensive note.
All right, sorry. Let's just do ratings. So top, middle, bottom, third. What do you got for me, Noah?
This is a very well produced show. I feel like there's a lot of shows where like, man, what's the point of this? And man, the editing's so bad. And, this is a tight run show. I think they hit on the money, like what they're trying to get done with the show, and they do it very well. It was not slow, so I was very, very pleased with this. This was on, I would watch it. I'm not going to say I'm going to probably watch a lot more of this, but maybe another one. If someone's like, "Oh, I watched," I'm like, eh. So top show, bottom of the top. This is good. I would recommend it if you like thrifting, if you like HGTV type stuff in this arena. Christopher, give me your high praise.
Well, it's bottom third, easily. But it's almost so bad it's good. Like, it's funny in a way where they don't think it's funny. Like, I was just, like, so irritated. But I would watch the show to make fun of it again. Like, I would watch a show as, like, if I was in college, I would drinking game the shit out of the show. Like, fucking, oh, they saved $300. That's 3 drinks because that was $100. Like, oh, you saved X amount. Like, okay. Oh, the mustache hit the person on the screen. Oh, drink. Like, great show for that. Like, you know, you're not paying attention. Maybe you're playing Kings at the same time, and they're like, oh, this is the money. Like, but this show is just like insufferable capitalism. Just like, oh, you saved money. Great. Now let's go vote to, you know, I don't know. That I just like, to me, I don't know. I'm not gonna bring politics in this. I just feel like that this show brings about this like thrifting thing that I'm just not into. I'm just not into it. Some people get dopamine hits from saving money. And like to a point, sometimes I do too. Like there's like, oh, I'm going to buy this for this amount, but it's too much. And I'm like, I'll wait for a sale and I'll get it. And it's like, oh, great. I saved a bunch. But like, I just fundamentally don't believe numbers on TV. And when they keep throwing numbers on TV in my face, it just like really bothers me. It's a pet peeve of mine. I don't like it. I don't believe it. I don't care that you spent $200 on this storage wars room and like you made 500 imaginary dollars. Literally the worst TV of all time is that. So like it's a bottom show for sure.
Bid him.
So I guess I really want to end the show, but we need to talk about what we're doing next week. So we doing Chasers?
And maybe to Max's chagrin, he missed this week, and so no show, no vote, and you need to do it. So I think maybe he will learn his lesson from whatever he has prioritized.
We have some new shows coming up. There's Food Network's Top 10, which is a top 10 like internet top 10 series where to find the best bites. Premieres May 24th. There's 100 Cooks starting June 6th. It is the biggest home cook competition of all time. Terry Crews hosts 100 of America's elite home cooks.
I thought you don't like food shows.
I don't like cooking shows.
Like I like them, but you're kind of like digging your own hole here.
Oh, true. Like, I don't want to do that show. Remember that Outlast show? There's another season of that coming out. I feel like we got tricked into watching the last season of that, where they.
It sounds familiar.
Anyway, we're doing Chasers next week. Tell us what you thought about this show on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook, on wherever. Find us at Who Put This On or Who Put This On Pod. And we'll see you guys next time.